risks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to You make your way up the short. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a prince. Ignore. The interior of the cabin is almost in the blade is your The door to the basement creaks. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of... How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step.
Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if...
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have...
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't.
Of course I'm locked up down here for... I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some...
You have all the explanation you need. You should...
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but... Okay, but actually, what has she been... Only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stair... Is someone else here? Your shouts and... I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free. You won't like what happens if you do. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her in. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade! Move the... As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying... Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and...
I'm sorry!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed.
I'm so sorry!
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path. You're here to slay her. My tricks? If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved... Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intent. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be... We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the... What can I say? A world without love is a world... A warning. She will lie. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lie. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own... I do. But I also speak from the... Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not... Don't pay their bickering any mind. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of the blade is your implement. You'll need... You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you... There was a mirror a second. Now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lived, a soft voice carries up the stair.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charm... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love! We're here to rescue you from your You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well... Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped we damned a whole world. But nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her... Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world... We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase... Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you, just do your job.
I'm sorry, didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea. She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart... Are you listening to her? That's...
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. Not so sure. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that...
She took that in stride. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and... You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt
I don't actually know.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. You're so gullible. He's the only thing.
I think I want to leave.
The princess closes her eye and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar.
I just want to make you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the... No! She was our perfect match. She's gone. And is that a... But it feels so bad. Yeah. Okay. She'll be there waiting.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets whenever you are ready. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel. Eyes close and perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. It feels correct. This is what. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to... Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, but do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused, the wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be alone, and without sensation. I could not feel the... If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and you will have your rest in due time. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
You're on a path. You're here. Don't mention it. It's all part of the... You make your way up. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore it. The interior... Her voice...
Hello?
Is... Don't let it fool...
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging...
Hi.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right... You walk up to the chains binding the... They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt... Someone else... You try to... You make your way to the bottom of the... Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're...
I heard the door slam. They locked...
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these...
She barely... As she rips the blade... Or you... Fine. Against your back. The blade is hurt. No. She smiled. No. Watch. Okay, there's no going back now. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart, but she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying? I don't know what's come over you. But if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to... But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it can't just end. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently. Everything goes dark. And you're on a path in the... You're here to slay her. I can assure you that you didn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest. You know I can hear you, right? Did I say I'm not? Those are two very different questions, but fine. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you... And I believe your other question was something along... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, if it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess left unhinged? That's a very good point. This princess character seems... You're laying it on a little thick. Laying it on a little thick? What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same...